Hey, everybody. This is continuing coverage of the Nancy Guthrie missing case that's ongoing. Today is the eighth day. So, with the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department have been working closely with private sector digital forensics partners to recover images and video from inside and around Nancy Guthrie's home. Footage that investigators believed was lost, corrupted, or intentionally made inaccessible. According to law enforcement, the recovery effort focused on back end and residual data systems after it was discovered that recording devices had been removed or tampered with around the time of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. As of this morning, investigators confirmed they have successfully uncovered previously inaccessible images recovered from residual data. Those images appear to show an armed individual at the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home, actively tampering with or disabling the door camera during the morning hours of her disappearance. Authorities say that this development significantly escalates the case and reinforces why investigators have been treating Nancy Guthrie's disappearance as a criminal investigation, not a voluntary missing person situation. The FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department say the investigation is ongoing and they are continuing to now analyze the recovered data while pursuing additional leads. Now, we do have the 1-800 call FBI on the screen. There is also a website. It's tips.fbi.gov. So keep that in mind also, because you never know when you might be able to reach out, whether it be anonymously or through the internet, or if you don't feel like calling, it's all up to you. But if you have any information regarding Nancy's whereabouts or any information about what you may have seen or heard in the area or in any other area, because at this point she's still missing. Okay. Now, what I wanted to share with you before we move forward is some of the photos. Right now, there's colorized versions that are out there that I found, and I thought those would be more appropriate than the black and whites. So you can see he's this person. My assumption is he's a male, okay, and he stands pretty tall, has some weight to him. The ski mask, and remember, this is taken, I believe, at a night view, but it's colorized because of the type of camera that they utilize from Nest. And even the ones I have at home at night, you can see very clearly as if it's a colored view from daytime. So that's why it's looking the way it does. Don't assume that's a daylight picture. So that's kind of a head to toe view. Then you have the close up of him, possibly, again, I'm assuming it's a male with those dark eyes, and his hands covered with gloves, probably trying to damage the doorbell, right? That's the first impression I got seeing a picture like that. And it was retrieved through a lot of effort, right? The digital forensic partners that were utilized in this case. And as you know, the Pima County Sheriff's Department has taken the lead. FBI has taken the back seat, so to speak. And still involved, but letting the Pima Sheriff's Department from Pima County take the lead on it. Before I share the other two pictures, let's just do this quick snapshot. I have to remove that and add this. So we have a post on X, and I'm going to read this verbatim. New images on the search for Nancy Guthrie. Over the last 8 days, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department have been working closely with our private sector partners to continue to recover any images or video footage from Nancy Guthrie's home that may have been lost, corrupted, or inaccessible due to a variety of factors, including the removal of recording devices. The video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems. So be aware of that. Data can still be captured from cameras that you may not pay a service to. Also, many of them come with a slot for a memory card, so keep that in mind too. You might want to keep one in there. Working with our partners as of this morning, law enforcement has uncovered these previously inaccessible new images showing an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the camera at Nancy Guthrie's front door the morning of her disappearance. And once again, you have a 1-800 call FBI, or there's tips.fbi.gov. Okay. So keep that in mind. There's two ways you can provide information to the law enforcement authorities. Woo! Just knocked the camera. So I wanted to share that still shot that I captured. Going back to the photos, here's 3 photos merged to one, colorized. So we already saw the first one. We saw the last one. And if you look in the middle, as been reported by other news reporters and journalists and content creators, that you can see there's some brush in the assailant's hand, possibly trying to damage the camera, smear the lens, something along those lines, right? We do give credit to Nest because they're the camera that Nancy has attached to her home for security purposes. Again, you can see that, I don't know, I just want to call it dead look in his eye, right? In both photos, the middle and the right. This one, because there's been a lot of speculation of who it might be, even going through the online. But here's a close-up of the face. Now, this is from what, 1:32 a.m. approximately, or sometime in the early morning hours on February 1st, just 9 days ago. And you can see the dark eyes, you can see the lips, you can potentially see no mustache, because I know there's been comments and speculations online with a family member, an in-law, that may have been the perpetrator, if you will, right? So it makes you stop and think when you look at this photo, who could it actually be, right? So when I don't see a mustache, as I've seen on the family members' other photos, anything can change. You can shave, you can change your look, whatever, right? But I just don't see the matchup. But that could be just me, right? And yes, Tucson is really doing their best. The locals, law enforcement, FBI. Jonathan is on site again all day today. I'll bring his stream up and we can watch some of that. I just didn't want to voice over him, but I wanted to share some of this stuff with you. Just Jen makes a comment that I'm pretty sure that was an AI color correction. And I wouldn't doubt it. I apologize if I implied anything different. But I wanted to blow up the photo of just the head and face so that we can have maybe a better view. And who never knows, right? That someone might recognize the eyes, the lips, and even the mouth area, right? Here's just give you an idea for anyone who hasn't seen the previous streams or has not followed the coverage, but you can see right in the middle, the Catalina Foothills, right? And if I'm not mistaken, where you see the dotted line surrounding the area, bottom side there by Campus Farm, approximately that area, I believe is where they're searching where Nancy's home is located approximately, right? So, sorry, I'm trying to work with my lighting still. And so I just want to give you a feel for, it is north of Tucson, Arizona, right? We hit 82 degrees today and I'm in Phoenix. So you can imagine what the temperature may have been in Tucson. And here is, nope, sorry, take it back. Let me remove that and pop this up there. Okay, so this is the actual posting on X. You can see that they posted the black and white photos, quite a few views, which is interesting. Also, we have additional recovered images from the same camera as Nancy Guthrie's front door the morning of her disappearance, including 2 videos of the individual. Trying to see if I could blow that up. Nope. Okay, there we go. So this is a video that was taken of him, of the perpetrator, abductor, allegedly, trying to damage the camera, block the camera, whatever you want to call it, whatever what was going on. And I think it's going to keep repeating itself. Okay. Then we have the walk up to the front door and to the camera. Now, those don't look like medical gloves, right? The latex type. It's more sturdier, again, to protect himself from being viewed. There is a backpack involved. So once again, additional information available for folks in the area or nearby businesses, seeing the additional clothing, backpack, attire, whatever you want to call it, might also be looked into by the Pima County Sheriff and the FBI regarding videos in the local area, because we've seen streams on that also where they might be able to capture this. Now they have something to work with in addition to just a unknown assailant, and be able to locate through Circle K that they've talked about and other businesses in the area watching their video cams and videos to see if there was a drive-by. I did read that there was a vehicle of interest. I don't know if I talked about that yesterday or not. So that could be also something that they're trying to connect between locations and follow. But that backpack is pretty thick and looks like it's full. I don't know if that implies this person is homeless. I don't know if they had items in the bag to be utilized during this event against Nancy. I don't know. Let me see what else I have here that's online. Oh, yeah. So those are the two, 12 seconds and 9 seconds. Okay. This one I can blow up. And this, look, it's only 4 seconds long. So it's just a walk up with the head tilted down, probably covering the face, thinking he doesn't want to be recognized. And again, I'm assuming it's a male. Lights on both sides of his shoulders to give him direction in the dark, because it was pitch dark last night when Jonathan was still streaming. They did identify a firearm in the waistband area. So that also makes big concern for anybody. We did find blood that had the matching DNA to Nancy Guthrie on the porch. And today they did spend more time at the location searching for more evidence. Well, it's timing wise. Sorry, let me pop this up here. Thelma, how is that pic of him? Because the timing the video was captured and they scrubbed the actual unit for whatever residual video they could pull. They probably time-stamped it at about that early morning hours of February 1st and this person walking up. That's why you only have a 4-second stream, right? It's not like it was captured and sent to the iCloud, things along those lines, okay? So it's disconcerting to me that someone could get away with that. Sherry adds, they're showing a red truck parked in front of a 3-car garage now. Okay, so it's online now. Okay, thank you. And Dropkick, I live in Tucson and didn't even realize this was in my city. Yeah, Dropkick Giraffes, I know. That's why I'm streaming and also promoting Jonathan's stream since he's live on site and I'm not able to get there to do it myself. But I want the news out there, so I'm just doing what I can, right? A lot of the major news outlets are reporting on this. They're there. They'll be doing probably already performed a 5 p.m. or news update. But I wanted to just share what I had pulled together so you can see it. So let me pull this down. And with that said, I'd like to screen share Jonathan's. Stop screening that and screen that. There we go. We go here.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
So you can see the canvassing is still continuing. Jonathan's following folks around, especially the officers, talking to local neighbors, residents, things along those lines, sharing video, pictures, or whatever they can gather information now that they have new information, right? You also have news reporters interviewing a variety of residents or people in the area, businesses. There's a lot of coverage about this. And again, it's an elderly woman who has disappeared for 8 days now, 9 days, if I count correctly. And it's concerning because this could happen to anybody. So it's rather difficult to believe that this actually occurs anywhere. And yesterday, James brought up about the children missing, and I know that Melissa Jade also covered some missing children's posters.
Well, the neighbor might be speaking.
Keep that in mind. And like you just said, there's a red truck following up on. And Jonathan's speaking here and there, so I don't want to cut him off. Let me pop it.
Let me just see what's going on.
Teresa adds, I'm pleasantly surprised for Nancy's sake. Some info isn't being leaked. Right. Saturday night abduction gets the perp if he works a regular day job all Sunday to hide evidence. That's a valid point, Teresa. And again, we talked about
the exclusive right there.
Hold some information close to the past because they can't give away too much to the public while they're investigating, right? So as you can see, folks are being interviewed.
Back up here. I don't want to go over there on this property. I mean, pretty much we know what they're saying to the neighbors because we've already spoken to at least one.
Hey, Bullet 920. I don't know. I don't honestly know if there was a spray can involved or he was just smearing up the lens, right? And again, I'm assuming it's a male. And again, all persons are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. So keep that in mind too as a disclaimer. I'm just sharing information that's being put out there publicly, and whatever new information I come up with, I will share that also.
Go across the street.
Yes, Teresa, I'm bummed I missed most.
What's happening with the SWAT, folks?
Replay crew. Yeah, join the replay crew because it's well worth it. I had a long day too, so I'm going to have to watch stuff that I missed. I even didn't get to watch the complete Nick Starro coverage of.
Any update on the SWAT?
About myself. Nancy's the story here, right? So let's keep on that. But yeah, I'm going to follow up on some streams I missed, and I'm looking forward to watching. So if anybody else wants to do that, please feel free. Andre, James, I already know you're stupid. Thanks. Okay, I must have missed that conversation. Let's just take that down, shall we? That one too. There we go. But James, you made a good point yesterday when you talked about there's so many children that are going missing, and the focus on one elderly person. But it's anybody who's missing that should be the focus about our government and our neighbors and our neighborhood. Each of us have a limited circle of influence, right? You hope to grow.
I have the SWAT
you hope to reach out.
That's an FBI evidence response team.
Yeah, they've been here. You've been seeing them over at Nancy's too. That same truck.
I'm looking at like four different things at once. Yeah, the SWAT. Where's it going though? Some people say a hotel.
Yesterday, Jonathan also reported after I was done streaming because I kept it going. He talked about he heard from someone in the area that a local school has a bunch of abandoned buildings. Don't know if that's applicable, assuming that
That's an FBI vehicle there.
Check those out also, right? And like Jonathan just said, the evidence vehicle was taking off, so they may have gathered additional evidence. And they did do the walk around once again, the perimeter. So I didn't get to spend all day watching this, but I assume a lot has happened regarding every day that goes by, right? There's always more concern.
Folks, still here.
I personally haven't heard anything about the ransom note. If there's a new turnaround date, if there's new requests, I don't know. And I don't know if anybody else
FBI agents are inside the
chat. I'll share it.
Hey guys, okay, so there's let's talk about how you want to do this. Like send some video back.
If he spoke at all, Teresa, you're right. Don't know if the perpetrator actually spoke when walking up, and they're so short little clips, 4 seconds and I think 12 seconds. Again, that's what's been made public. We don't know what other video.
Come on in. JLR investigates. FBI agents in the neighborhood of Tommaso and Annie.
I don't want to speculate anybody.
In the back, and they're going house to house. They've been doing this for a couple hours. We've been just scouring, following, and it just they're asking every neighbor questions. But it appears they've done this already 4 or 5 days ago, and they're doing now a second round, asking to go onto people's properties, sometimes going into people's homes.
Let me comment on that. Sometimes even in our own lives, right? I misplaced my keys. A couple hours later, I rethink, and boom, I remember, oh yeah, that's right. I was at the back door, not the front door, and there the keys are laying on the counter by the kitchen, right? So by canvassing the area, you never know what people may be in their mind, memory juggled, right? Something along those lines. And also they might reiterate, oh yeah, you know what? There were headlights that came through about 10 p.m. So, because you're also trying to build a timeline, right? So keep that in mind also. Just because they're recanvassing, it's not a waste of time. It gives an opportunity for folks that may have remembered something different, or when they talk to them, they might prompt them and have them remember something they didn't think of before. And again, there's additional information almost every day thus far.
I already did. I talked to Brittany. Josh, how much time? Who's producing this for?
I know it was damaged. So Teresa, the comment you make about the camera being gone, I'm wondering, I recall it being damaged, but I don't remember if it was taken. So I could be wrong, right? Because I only know so much, right? Yes. I know that earlier Jonathan and a couple other folks jumped in his vehicle to drive over to Guthrie's home, and they are searching the house there. I don't know about Savannah's home. Don't know. But I do know Jonathan spoke about that.
Door to door. We're searching for waiting for
Teresa had SWAT is around and on the move as of an hour ago. So SWAT team's in the area too now, which is a step up also from just Pima the sheriff department from Pima County, as well as the support from FBI. It would be quite interesting what we haven't heard from about that they have available to them to determine who the perpetrator or perpetrators are, right? Because it could be more than one. Also, the fact that they are back in the area. So maybe there's some additional information that came out from the abductors, right? That reached the family, reached the investigators, that kind of thing. Again, we're not privy to a lot of this information for that simple reason that they need to keep it close to their vest. And also keep in mind, if they do have a person of interest, they need to build a case before they can actually bring somebody in, right? They want to be sure that they're not just picking somebody out of a crowd, but actually have enough information and evidence, right, to be able to almost pinpoint someone before they actually bring them in. So,
hopefully it'll be easier to get on this.
yes, a lot of speculation about family members involved in it. I'm not taking away from that. I'm just not speculating anything at this point because I really have no honest truth basis to do that, which is just my opinion, right? How I think. And I'm glad that people are thinking and sharing their thoughts because it could stir something else that causes someone else to think of something, right? So I'm really grateful that folks are doing that. Okay, so Teresa added the camera next to the door I heard wasn't found. No mention of other cameras other than the roof. Something about the spotlight too, right? I recall that was mentioned yesterday, whether it was broken or off or something to that effect. And Danny adds, they have a pic of a person. Someone will identify him by his clothes and looks. And there's speculation in a small group of folks that is in Nancy's circle of influence, right? Family members, friends, that kind of thing. So I think you start closest to Nancy and then span out, that kind of thing. And I don't have a head count as far as how many sheriffs are involved, how many FBI agents are involved.
We're out here, folks. FBI agents are in there. This is like the back coldest, like it's the back road, the last road in the back here, right?
Hey, Razzmatazz. Razzmatazz adds SWAT is supposed to be on the way per Fox News.
We're waiting for information about.
Trying to give Jonathan a chance when he talks for me to be quiet. Sorry.
About these agents here at this home. I'm going to plant this here for a second. As soon as the agents come out, I'll Oh, they're coming out. They're coming out. Coming out. Here they come.
That agent there in the front was
Going up to the next
much
house.
earlier.
How's it going? You mind if I ask you a question? I've been asking some of the neighbors. They've been talking. Gotcha. Oh, you work for the government? They ask you about surveillance and things? Did they ask you about your property or surveillance? You want to go through your property? Gotcha. All right. Thank you. They just say pretty much he said the same thing as they wanted to go through his property. He said he works for the government. So what it appears too is these neighbors keep waiting, like they know they're coming.
And keep in mind, neighbors may have been contacted via phone, right? And then to be aware that they'll be addressed momentarily or within 10 minutes, whatever, right? When they canvass, they may alert them to be aware. I don't know. Or they just go from door to door. Don't give them a chance to make any changes if there's any concerns, right?
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
There was a very kind lady that actually brought snacks and desserts, if you will, to the folks there, which was really nice earlier today. It's helpful from Jonathan, right? And the folks. I'm thinking water bottles would be most appropriate, which I'm sure they all bring with them anyway. And as well, they should. Like I said, it got up to 82 degrees today, bright and sunny, blue sky.
I thought it was Nancy Pelosi. No, I mean, it kind of looks like Nancy Pelosi. What do you think?
Terry Davenport asked, why take an elderly woman? The best answer I can give you, in my opinion, is that because she's related to Savannah Guthrie, the co-host on the Today Show. And I don't want to make it about Savannah, but it does cross my mind to think that maybe this is retaliatory towards Savannah for whatever reason by going after her mother through abduction. I don't know. Just think about all kinds of options because we don't have the truth yet, right? Teresa adds, the video is from residual data from stored backend systems. Correct. That's why they're so short in nature, and they're at least providing us something to the public. But who's to say they didn't find more stuff, with more identifiable things? Now, I would be amiss if I didn't say whatever they found should be shared with the public to help the public locate the individual or individuals involved, right? Some interesting comments you're putting out there, everybody. Thank you. Terry Davenport commented, camera was just knocked down. So they did find it probably on the porch, captured it as evidence, an evidence bag. Damaged, most likely.
Why are they releasing these images to the public? Because they showed them initially to the Guthrie family. The Guthrie family
keep in mind also, neighbors may not have been home. They've been on holiday. They could be visiting family, friends out of state in another part of Arizona, right? So now that they're recanvassing, maybe they're hitting houses that no one answered the door. So keep that in mind too. Hence for multiple canvases of the area.
To his home, and the FBI specifically asked him to look at his security camera.
And even though Arizona doesn't have a time change like most of the country does, daylight savings time, we don't change our time here. So the sun is pretty much out quite a bit most of the year. But even at this time of year, dusk comes early. And as the weeks move forward, praying it doesn't last any longer, there'll be more daylight where they can investigate longer during the days, from early morning hours, right, sunrise, past sunset.
Online church services, but she didn't go there. The friend called the family at noon on Sunday. The family called the door. But today, according to a neighbor, Joe Contreras, who I just spoke with, the FBI asked him specifically, show us your timestamp from midnight, from the 31st, turn to the 1st. So an interesting piece of information as they keep watching here. And although these
Sounds like Jonathan has a good microphone. He's picking up quite a bit.
Intensified the search, and we're seeing them again, continuing to canvass this area. As terrifying as they are, just remember, they appear to be giving our friend and our colleague Savannah Guthrie hope. She has reposted those Instagram images, and she is saying that she believes her mother is still out there, asking the public help to bring 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. So we are going to continue to monitor the situation. When I say that these are just a few FBI agents who are doing the work, I can see down the street a number of cars here in this Tucson neighborhood, and they have continued to canvass this neighborhood. It appears they will continue to canvass this neighborhood, and then we have seen helicopters overhead, and we have seen them now in the backyard talking to residents, as well as what we just witnessed. There they were.
It is quite amazing that they were able to scrub any data, video, if you will, off the broken camera. It's a good testament for the product. Not that I'm involved with that at all, but just keep in mind that could be something that everybody wants to consider having in their home or on even indoor. There's I keep my cameras in-house looking throughout the window, right? Clear view day and night. I don't have to put it outdoors so it doesn't get damaged. So
Going around the
that's
house.
a safety feature.
Going around the house, folks. Oh, another guy's here. The neighbor.
Cocktail Welder, I hear your comment. It's a point made, but you also, they're reaching out to the public for assistance. So they do need to release some information, which they've done, to get the public to help with their locating anyone involved, right?
Hey, just FYI, do you know who Ellen K is?
Even the videos from the family members requesting her safe return are important to put out there. And you would hope, you would hope that the abductor or abductors, the people involved or the alleged folks involved, take it to heart to realize who she is, you know, an elderly woman. Health is challenged and on medication, as well as a pacemaker, which that could also be an issue for her if she doesn't have the proper medication along that line. Excuse me. Hey, Snow, how you doing?
Yeah, but where is the SWAT?
So, Snow, they released photos that they were able to
Nobody's talking about where the SWAT is.
gather off of the back end for the Nest camera that was broken off. It's a 4-second video that they've shared and a 12-second video about the one of, if only one, right, perpetrator coming up to the front porch of Nancy Guthrie's house. I shared a colorized version that's been put out there, black and white. And today, SWAT teams have shown up and they're recanvassing currently the neighborhood and other areas. But the photos were pretty eye-opening from my perspective.
Why are they going like in people's like, dang, did they detect some
And
cellular
this is
stuff?
Jonathan Lee Ritchie's
Or is this just
investigates. He's
vet
on site in Tucson, Arizona, north of Tucson. So that's why I'm sharing his stream live feed, because I'm not there. Hey, Nick Roberts, 6128. From what they've released thus far, it's the two very short videos that they were able to capture, if you will, from the Nest camera
This house.
is what they've shared publicly. Now, have they gotten any other video? Was there anything in the house that was recording? Anything along those lines? They have not shared that publicly, right? So we don't know. And however they handled her kidnapping,
They're here.
right, will be a telltale sign of how they were able to get her out of the area, per se. And again, we're praying she's safe and as healthy as possible. Excuse me. But I've not seen any footage of her removal. So that could be one of the reasons why they don't have any, or they've chosen not to release it yet because it's giving them support on following a path, right, to determine who it might be or the people involved. I hope that helps. That I'm trying, right? Bud Russell adds that the FBI has arrested 6 of 10 people that were on the top 10 list already. Well, that's interesting. They may have brought him in for questioning, you think, versus arrest? Because otherwise that would really hit the news from my perspective, right? And some things may be downplayed, like mentioned earlier, the alleged perpetrators, right, might be watching the news and keeping up with what the coverage is going on. So anything they do share online or live press conference, they may be made aware of it fully, right? So that's why I talk about keeping evidence and information close to the vest during the investigation. Yeah, Arizona has a lot of open land out here. So if she was taken into an area out in outskirts, the desert areas, it'll be really difficult to locate her, right? But all they can do is work with what they have and what the evidence shows, as well as all the videos from the local businesses that they have to sift through and verify and clean up sometimes because they might be blurry, and then make connections. Like, for example, a vehicle that goes down Campbell, and then a video camera stops filming at that location, but then 2 corners later, they see the car go by. Now they can assume there's a direction that they were taking, right? But they might not air that, because then the kidnappers, abductors, one or more, may realize that they need to move, right? Yes, Teresa adds this comment. She would highly recommend listening to the 4 guys on The Lab. It's a late night stream, last night's stream. And they're 4 gentlemen, and it's called The Lab is the channel. The info is shocking, too much to share here, but damning info on the guy who got arrested and is linked to band guy. So Teresa wanted to share that out with everybody, so I put that on the screen for you. Again, they're called The Lab, and that's the channel you can do a search on in YouTube. Life in Pink. I won't put it up there, but I do understand where you're coming from, plus your experience and knowledge. I'm still praying. I'm praying for a positive outcome, because we don't know still, right? We have not laid eyes on Nancy. No one has in 8-9 days since February 1st. Yeah, PWT, you're right. Arizona has lots of hidden canyons and valleys. Even on the map I shared with you, you could see that it's a very mountainous, a lot of brush, a lot of trees, overgrowth, whatever, and a large area to cover. So if they did kidnap or abduct her and went in that part of the further north in the Catalina foothills, they could be out in that area somewhere, right? It's quite possible. But they've had drone coverage, they've had canvassing going on, they've had multiple law enforcement agencies represented in the Tucson area, plus the public news, plus the digital billboards, not just in Arizona, but also in the Houston area, probably based on some tips they may have received. So keep that in mind. So again, if you have any tips or have any comments, any information that would help find her whereabouts and locate her, you can contact 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can visit the website tips.fbi.gov. So there are two ways that you can communicate. Also, you can reach out to the Sheriff Department of Pima County if you want to do it that way also. And if the perpetrators want to call in, please do. Let them know where you left Nancy so she can be found and taken care of. You can do that too. It'd be appreciated by many people who are very enthralled with what happened to poor Nancy, right?
Going through the back.
Life in Pink. Thank you. Again, I'm not going to quote you on anything, right? Because you can only say what you can say and what you're aware of. But thank you so much. If you are working the case, I appreciate your involvement and I appreciate you joining the stream and sharing that information. I'll pray for you also and and everyone else involved from the other agencies. I hope that you are successful, and I know there's a lot behind the scenes for a positive outcome.
Sun is going down soon. Sun goes down 45 minutes. They might be out here through the dark. Thank you, everyone, for being here. JLR Investigates. Where is Nancy?
Thank you, Life in Pink. Snow says, oh my gosh, just looked up those pictures and they are very creepy. The up close picture looks like the suspect had a very feminine
Nothing. No updates on the SWAT.
Interesting perspective, which is what we want.
We don't have an update on the SWAT, folks. We're waiting for an update on the SWAT. But the scanner was talking about an active manhunt.
But he just told me, he's like, I heard it was in Vail, which is about an hour that way. So
Really?
it doesn't make any sense.
Well, Fox is saying it's related, so.
We can still hear Jonathan broadcasting live, but here's the photo, Snow, that I zoomed in on that was colorized and a comment about it being AI influenced. And this is a nighttime picture, but the camera does maybe 4K version, right, where you actually see so clearly at nighttime. This was taken from as a closer vision of this one in the middle, where he was using, I assume right, from my opinion or assumption, whatever, that he was using some sort of rubbish to maybe smear out the lens or take down the camera. I don't know, but that's the picture that I zoomed in on, if you will. So you look at the eyes, the mouth, underneath, above the upper lip, size of the head. There's a lot of information that forensics can pull from one of these photos and interpret, right? They go back to Jonathan. Teresa adds, the FBI has been searching the neighborhood timestamps of cameras at midnight per one of the neighbors. Yeah, because probably more than less of the homes have security cameras, right? That would make sense to me. PWT. Sometimes you got to put down technology down and do it the old-fashioned way. Get a donkey and hire a tracker that knows the land. Yes. Well, they did have canines already out earlier, late last week, early this week, as over the weekend, whatever. But they did have a canine unit. They had the drones flying by over an area, much of the area, and capturing information that way, video-wise. Also, the canvassing from the various agencies makes a big difference also, where you just talk to neighbors, residents, and kind of prompt them, saying, hey, what were you doing that night? Do you remember being or hearing any noises, blah, blah, blah. It helps them to maybe think of something that may have occurred. And you can see the houses are sparse, right? They're far apart. So you might not hear anything from a different neighbor.
Can you grab the Jeep and bring it up here?
Yeah. Oh,
Javelinas. Okay. Thank you, dude. Look, we got more Javelinas.
Yeah, I hear you.
Wild
Black and white night vision ones. You can also see the colorized, like just Jen said, they might be AI influenced, I guess, for lack of a better word off the top of my head. Yep, we have those javelinas pretty much all over the place here in Arizona. You get a father, a mother, and babies. Sometimes you get ant snuggles.
Mama protecting.
You don't want to mess with them.
Mama bear. Bye-bye, javelinas. Have a good night. Be safe.
Leanne Black, I believe they're just now check your neighbors. They've actually done it before. They canvassed the area last week and talked to neighbors and residents in the area and businesses, right? Keep in mind, some folks may not have been home at the time. They also had to, they also reached out to Annie Guthrie's house, right? In that area also, talking to neighbors probably and seeing any body cams, or not body cams, video cams from the homes, right? So there's been a lot of activity going on, not just, this isn't the first time, I should say, just to make you aware, okay?
So the FBI agents now are at Crossroads, an adult care community.
Rita Kerr, I'm sorry, but I've been out of sync. Who is this Annie? Annie Guthrie is a daughter of Nancy Guthrie, okay? She's married to a Tomasco, and I call her Guthrie because it's Nancy's name, her maiden name, but also she's a sister to the co-host of the Today Show, Savannah Guthrie. So that kind of ties it all in. And there's also a brother, right?
Sheriff
also a brother. So there's two sisters and a brother.
No, he has FBI. He has FBI on his hat, FBI on his hat, and sheriffs. Where are these guys going? Let's go follow them. There's law enforcement everywhere up here. Look, there's a white van here. Dude, they're all over this neighborhood. We'll follow this group.
You almost want to keep the pressure up, right? You really don't want to walk away from it, give it time, whatever. You just stay on this. And that's why I wish there was nighttime coverage, because there's
how many miles have we walked?
We use lighting for streaming. I have powerful lights for camping. That can be handled, right? But again, the more time that passes, folks go out of town, folks aren't available. The concern that I have not heard anything new about another ransom note or any updates. Keep in mind, the law enforcement are keeping information close to the vest to not tip
We're at Los
Lomitas.
Los Lomitas. Where are they going? They're literally going down. This is a few blocks away from Tomaso's home.
And Tomaso is married to Annie Guthrie.
We're going to follow a new crew.
Again, I'm using her maiden name. assuming that that's how she goes by her married name. But just associate her for anybody who doesn't get it.
Because you're hightailing. All right, looks like they're going in this home. Let's see what this crew's up to. But it's the sheriff's working with the FBI on this. They're together.
So just to let you know, Savannah Guthrie, Annie Guthrie, and Cameron Guthrie. So there's 2 daughters and a son.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Annie is a writer and a poet who's based here in Arizona. Cameron is a retired fighter pilot, F-16 fighter pilot for the Vermont Air National Guard. And for my research shows that Nancy is a widow who lost her husband in 1988. So you can see there's groups of different folks. Possibly representing different agencies. Sorry.
Going to the next
Wrote
house.
Rob, breaking news, see above. I'm on Agenda Free TV. He's covered all the live feeds.
I might not be seeing stuff here. I don't know. This is tucked in. Oh, wait, there's more. There's more agents
Wrote,
there.
breaking news, Harvey TMZ.
More agents. Now they got 5 agents. in
TMZ
this house.
said actively in Bitcoin account. Activity in Bitcoin account.
There's 5 agents here at this house.
So I don't want to make any speculations, right?
Or 5 law enforcement. It's a combination.
Family actually deposited Bitcoin monies, right? For a safe return. Again, anything can be going on behind the scenes, but we don't know
Oh, wait. Here's more agents.
until it's shared.
Here we go. Door to door. FBI.
Andy's husband do for a living.
They're all over the place. I'm telling you. They're canvassing the neighborhood hard. Whoa. We'll just follow.
Hi guys, can you see us?
Sorry.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Hey Scott, how's our signal? Is it pretty strong? Are you taking hit? Pretty strong.
So Annie Guthrie is married to Tommaso Cioni, an educator and writer who has lived in Arizona for nearly 2 decades. So they're both writers. She's a poet, and he's also an educator. And as you may have not seen earlier, they don't live that far from Nancy's home.
Okay, you've got the pictures already. You can show the pictures.
Went in. Okay, they went in. You can see them inside though, but all right, they went in there. All right. Let's go out here and wait. And then there's a secondary group.
What is that truck that says MS on it mean? Is that
Microsoft,
local to
MS. Didn't they change their name? MSNBC change their name to something?
I don't think they would label it though. I think it was. They had a health symbol.
Okay, medical. Medical, MS. Yeah.
So Annie's home is
Did
just
I
a
hear
few
another
miles
chopper?
away from Nancy's, still in the Catalina foothills north of Tucson area.
Are they there?
Did I hear a chopper around here?
About 4 miles away.
There's a lot of activity going on out here by Annie and Tommaso's home.
And Annie's house has been
Hear a
searched
chopper.
by law enforcement.
Sounds like Medtrans. But something else is coming in. This is insanity, folks. But where's the SWAT? That's the question. Where's the SWAT?
Are about a block or two from the home of Annie Guthrie, where she lives with her husband. We were there this past weekend when FBI agents descended on that property. The home was empty. The FBI told NBC News that all of these searches were in the homes of the Guthries. Nancy and her daughter Annie, and for the most part, were done with the consent of her family. And this afternoon, after the release of those images by Cash Patel, the FBI director, the FBI has been banned out from the investigation.
Why is that guy wearing a backpack? I'm sorry, I left that.
We're waiting, folks, for the FBI to come out of this house. There's the FBI behind me. The FBI's behind me. They're walking the property over here. They're walking. Another group is walking over here.
Anything good?
Right over there.
What?
Agents. I hear footsteps. They're right over there. All right, so I'm sorry. We got 2 key locations, folks. Agents on both sides of the street. Whew. We're waiting. I'm gonna put my sweatshirt on.
So ICAC stands for Independent Commission Against Corruption, and it refers to anti-corruption bodies, most notably in Australia, New South Wales, Hong Kong, and other jurisdictions. I will see.
It's crazy, Tucson. Isn't it? Okay, they're coming out. FBI's coming out. That's another group of them. I never seen this group. That's a secondary group.
It seems to me that they're pairing off. Like there's an FBI shirt,
Smokes.
and Sheriff's Department represented in these groups, canvassing the area.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? This is good because I don't have to worry about the sun anymore. Now our enemy is darkness. They're probably going to do this throughout the night, maybe. Here, I got a good view over here.
Jonathan's been covering about approximately 12-hour days, just so you all know. And he's been going through dusk. Last night he stayed even into the darkness and walked around.
Nope. Yep, I got one right here.
It's truly a beautiful area, too. I agree, Angel Nelson. And I think a lot of people, if not everybody, hopes that she's found alive and safe. Just a quick recap. Nancy Guthrie is an 84-year-old woman. She has medical issues. She has a pacemaker that was disconnected from her cell phone back in February 1st. Noon on February 1st was the first time that Forster was alerted to the situation due to the fact that she did not attend a typical church event that others expected to be at. Her personal belongings were still in the home, including her phone, wallet, and car remained there. They did locate blood on the porch, which they identified matching Nancy's DNA. Her doorbell camera was disabled late night. Pacemaker monitor was connection dropped early morning. Authorities treat her home as a crime scene, as you can see here, and investigation continues regarding a potential abduction. Which at this point, if the ransom notes have been verified, like someone marked about proof of life yesterday and today, without proof of life, you really have to question if those ransom notes are valid.
There's some other video. They have been searching back.
Still currently, the lead investigation agency is Pima County Sheriff's Department with support by the FBI. The FBI also has a $50,000 reward offered for information leading to recovery or arrest. We're hoping they can find her sooner than later and address any health issues that she may have outstanding, being the fact that they did not take her medication with her. They may have obtained medication for her needs from other sources, local stores, businesses, something along those lines. And thus far, I believe 2 family videos have been released. The family members are willing to pay for her safe return and urges direct communication from whoever has her, right?
All right, folks,
so they're doing whatever
this
they
home here. And there's reports that TMZ saying there's activity in the Bitcoin account that's circulating. It's coming from TMZ reporting activity in Bitcoin account.
Thank you, Carolyn Beatty.
Wait for the agents to come out.
If you've seen the drone view of Nancy's home, it's elaborate. It's got a good-sized swimming pool, a nice, beautiful backyard area.
Coming back out.
The neighborhood seems to be built up, which is nice. And it's not like it's out in the outskirts. There's actually a lot of businesses nearby. Jonathan commented on that in past streams the other day. They have talked about a Circle K in the nearby area and checking the cameras there. So again, information's being gathered, evidence is being gathered. Canvassing is gathering additional information, if not visiting neighbors once or twice or multiple times, again, to jog memories
Large group of agents
and get a better feel for who's, as they're trained investigators, right? They can look for certain signs. Norma, I do understand your perspective, but we can always hope beyond hope. And I have to feel that way. That's just the way I choose to run my life, looking at positives, not negatives. Angel Nelson, I believe they're at their own home, which is about 4 miles away, as I stated earlier, from Nancy Guthrie's home. I believe they're there. I don't believe they're in custody. I don't believe they're being questioned at any of the police departments or anything like that. They have been questioned in their home. I know that. And Jonathan earlier took a bunch of folks in his vehicle to drive over to the 4 miles to Annie's house because
Excellent.
there was.
All right, folks. JLR investigates out here, a few blocks away from Tommaso and Annie Guthrie's home, and agents are going canvassing the neighborhood. Pima County Sheriff deputies are with them, and they are going door to door, all types of locations. They got notebooks on them. They're pointing out places they need to go and places to check and what has been checked and what hasn't been checked.
Also double checked, right? And Slim Jones, it's only speculation at this point. And that's regarding her comment regarding the daughter and her husband involved in this. We just don't know. Teresa added, excuse me, the family is not there at their homes. They are staying elsewhere, which is probably a smart move just to not be involved or accessible to anybody else, right? You're welcome, Slim. And Teresa added that they are under 24 hours, 7 days a week protection, which makes perfect sense. I do not know if Savannah has a home in Arizona. Can anyone confirm or has any knows for a fact if that's true? Because I'm feeling that she's also under 24/7 protection also,
so
right?
They're still at this particular house here. We'll see them coming down here shortly.
And you can see they're long driveways. There's darkness up to the homes. It looks like they do have large spotlights on the front. So these homes that are in these areas really need to be cognizant of protection, lighting, cameras, that kind of thing, because anything can happen, right? Now, CNN does post about an uptick in calls to law enforcement since the doorbell camera footage, right, that was released, shows the masked armed person was released today. And the family is still positive that she will be found alive, which is, I'm proud of the family for staying strong. So TMZ was one of 3 outlets that received alleged ransom notes in connection with Nancy Guthrie's abduction, if you will.
Here they come, folks. Here they come. Agents. Yeah, we're aware of the activity in the Bitcoin. We'll continue to monitor that. But the way the FBI is around here is they don't know where she's at, man. They're going door to door.
Again, we're not trying to speculate anything or share rumors or gossip or anything along those lines. It's good that everybody's opinions are respected, obviously. And until we get more evidence, press conference with what they may already have that they have not shared with the public. That's why I keep a hopeful thought in my heart.
Drops it. Got it. Golden Star Properties. Now they're going to like a home that's under construction.
Thanks, text packet. Rob, they're
Don't
not
let that- how
statute
they
to have
proceed.
bright lights outdoors due to being a certified dark sky area. Interesting. Did not know that. Thank you for the clarification and info, because I'm learning every day something new about Arizona, and I've been here 11 years. Sorry, 15 years.
It's not the medical examiner, but it was some weird. Did you see the truck then with the MS sign and the?
I did.
What is it?
No, it must be something, you know, somebody called in.
She's with the New York Post. This girl in the white suit.
Oh, we got more agents. We got more agents coming.
Over here. Hi, back.
Sorry.
You walking?
You can see that it started to become dusk, but still a full sky of light, which is nice. And the overcast in Tucson. I'm just hoping there's not any rain in the near future, because if they do go back in the woodsy area, any footprints or any dishevelment can be captured. I just don't want anything to get washed away as far as
You want to
evidence.
follow? You want to follow? Yeah, I'll drive. I think they're all getting in their vehicle. All right. Come on. We're gonna go follow them. Good job. Here. In? Good job, man. You're turning left. Agents. Go ahead.
I weather the storm. Are they looking for her? Yes, they
I'm
are.
just gonna kind of see where they're going.
Investigation, it remains
I'm
active
gonna give my
and ongoing.
give my
This is he was
legs a rest.
sorry, Jonathan. Since February 1st, they've been conducting canvasses as well as canine units and drones in the area, and also canvassing the neighborhood, businesses in the Catalina Foothills, which is just north of Tucson, Arizona.
The guy was telling me that they're at the church. They're using a church nearby.
As
I think he said
command post.
Yeah, as a command post.
I heard a command post. I didn't hear the location.
JLR investigates and 857 Tucson. We're out here seeing heavy law enforcement activity. The van that the FBI agents that we just saw turned left here. This will take you to Tommaso and Annie's home around the corner.
I believe they're still canvassing. It's still light
Stay
out.
with
They
it.
still have opportunity. Every minute counts type thing. So, Angel, I just want you to know that they're not finished for the night. Jonathan's still coming.
Just in time.
She came out just in time.
Joanne, no, no one's indicated that they found her as of yet. So they're continuing the investigation and canvassing. And behind the scenes, the digital videos and evidence that they're reviewing and working on with partnership with the forensic digital experts.
Want me to get that out?
No, I'm good.
Okay, let me know. I'll pop it out for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Give my legs a rest.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's why when
I
we
mean, I
started
could stand out
walking-
there. I mean, I just give my legs a rest. I don't know. How long's this stream been up for? 11 hours. So we got about another hour of streaming before we'll have to get off here. We got to get off before the
To be honest, Slim,
12
I don't know
hours.
how I would
Streaming
act or
out for
react if
11
my
hours.
mother were in
I
a
appreciate
situation
each
like
and every one of
this.
you stopping by. We navigate
So,
what
and I
goes
don't
on each
think
and every
Bobby
day out here.
also, you may have seen something different than I've seen, which is fine, right?
Where is Nancy Guthrie?
I do appreciate you sharing
We're
that.
in the neighborhood of Tommaso and
PDXG, those are the dogs probably for that owner that's just walking their dogs in the area. And why they're walking backwards, I don't know yet. Jonathan may make a comment.
we're looking in his shed.
Yeah, probably the FBI and officers want to see every part that they can look at, right? Any area. Whether the owner is involved or not, something could be there.
All right, I'm gonna get out a minute. My part. Yeah. We'll just follow.
Thanks, Teresa. PDX, Godfather, I don't know. I know they had a canine unit, like sniffer dogs, I believe, but I don't know if they went as far as bloodhounds and or cadaver dogs. And again, everybody's hopeful currently, so they're on the possibly under the assumption that they will be able to find her safely.
Go. We're on the move. We're on the move. Just gonna go.
Turning off the cameras is sorry, no, I'm not gonna like.
Jose, I put your comment up on the screen. So today I feel blood was staged. She gave her a small wound and spilled it.
This guy here's the Associated Press. He's a beast. He's been running tagging along with me.
Possibility, right?
This guy right here, he's been out there. He's AP. And then this individual here on the left, she also has been carrying this nonstop for hours too. They're going strong.
Valerie, it's been a day of recanvassing the area. Also, photos were released from scrubbing the data off the, I assume, broken doorbell camera. And it's like a 4-second video and a 12-second video and still shots they released in black and white. And then they also
driving like this than walking,
versions, just so you know.
But I think they're on their way back. I think this has got to be wrap up before it gets dark.
That's a night cam with the colorized vision of it. And as just Jen mentioned, it could be an AI recreation type thing. So keep that in mind. That's me zooming in on one of the multi-photos. And this is 3 different photos, left, middle, right. And these were taken at early morning hours at nighttime, but the cameras can be turned color, right? The camera.
To law enforcement activity, SWAT on their way out, it appears, possibly connected here. Bitcoin activity. Where is Nancy?
You want me to hold that?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Slim, the gentleman who's on site live streaming is Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. He has a channel, and I'll put that in the put the link in there for you all, so you can go to his channel also. I'm just assisting in my own way to reach out to other people and sharing what he can do on site, which I'm not able to because I live north in Phoenix to get to Tucson, and with my other commitments during the week, I'm not able to go and attend in person. But I'm trying really hard to work it out. It's well worth being there and providing on-site information. And because Jonathan's filming and talking to people and all that, it's not like we're professionals, if you will. So I'm adding in verbiage to support what he's filming.
We'll see.
I hope that helps explain it. Let me get that link for
I
you.
think it's going to be a busy night.
I just posted the link.
I am now I'm getting onto Tommaso and Annie's street right here. This could be their street here, but now we're going around the curve, and then it's about a straightaway, and then it'll take you right to their house.
Thanks, Razmataz. I appreciate that. So that's AI.
We're less than a quarter mile away from Annie and Tommaso's home.
The color photo that I shared. That's a full body of the alleged abductor? I have a difficult time seeing that as a woman, but I could be wrong, right?
There anyway, right?
Yeah, the Nancy's.
Yeah, I got you. Here, there's a car that wants to go behind me. Go on.
Peyton Kush, no, nothing tangible. And if the law enforcement that's on site are reviewing those pictures from the that they were able to collect from the doorbell that was damaged, it's all behind the scenes. It's all held close to the vest. So what they're doing is probably not alerting anybody to say, "Oh, we think it's this person," correct? So they want to make sure they have a solid case of evidence before they actually go after anybody, let's say a person of interest.
Looks like people are back at Annie and Tommaso's home.
Yeah, I think some of the big.
Oh, these are the
media-
agents.
So there's just speculation who it could be. We don't know.
The big media. Some of them are doing their late shots there.
It's okay, Jenny. You're welcome, Pay.
Streaming 11:14. Okay.
And I'm giving it full screen on his live because
Yeah, we
I
could
don't
go
need
see
to
what
part
the
of
scene
story,
at
right?
Nancy. If there's still activity and they're going door to door, I can set up a new stream. But what was that? Dude, a coyote.
I just
Yeah,
crossed
coyote.
by the
They come
coyote.
The
out.
coyote, look, there's a coyote.
Follow it.
Yeah, they come out right about dusk.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, how you doing? All is doing as well as can be, I guess.
There's
Thank you for
coyotes out here.
asking.
But that's the crazy thing. Is there a body out here? Wouldn't the coyotes get the body? Would they?
Eventually, they would. Yeah.
You can see that those are wide roads, but they're not
This
really
is FBI, folks.
roads from a city, if you will, like
Neighborhood
curbs and
swarmed
edges
with
and that.
FBI agents. Look,
So people are
This is their
parking where
vehicles.
they believe they can. And I hope no one gets ticketed
I
or
don't know where they're
told
going.
to move. Just
They're
doing their best to cover and share.
These two are.
He just said we finished all.
They finished. He just said we finished. So we can go check out what's going on over at Nancy's house. Plus, I'll drop you off. You want me to keep the stream?
I agree, Patricia.
Yeah, just so we
Yeah.
get. I gotta
That
get
she's
you
close
it,
by.
switched over in my
Just
house.
found yet, but I do pray for a safe return.
It's starting to get dark. All right, so now we're at Annie and Tommaso's home. Let me zoom this out. Okay, he's there. That's all right. So now we are at Annie and Tommaso's home. He got out.
Like I said, that's 4 miles away from Nancy's property or home.
That is crazy.
And as
Amazing
Teresa
stuff.
stated that they're not
Wasn't it?
there, they're under protective custody somewhere else. So it also allows for investigators to go through the home for additional evidence, capturing anything they can around the
Let
property.
me just.
Because again, you never
Looks
know.
like everything is wrapped up. Let me just see.
Yeah.
Somewhere down there.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's where we came from. Who are you with?
New York Post.
New York Post.
Yeah. Sorry, we met earlier. What's her name?
JLR. What's your name?
JLR?
JLR. Yeah.
Georgia. Nice to
Georgia.
meet you.
Yeah, you missed it, Georgia. It happened 2 hours ago.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew that. I just thought maybe they were still like around.
No, they just got in their vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I just saw that, but I thought, I don't know. My desk said something like police presence was growing right now.
Well, I think they're still scattered around here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do once it gets dark or whatever like that. But
Well, that agent said he just finished all of his work or whatever. This one, so I think they're wrapping it up.
Let me put in the address for Nancy. It was a 5.
Thanks, Lena. I appreciate that.
See you. Take care.
Nothing new. Just hang in there and you'll learn as we go. Not a problem. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated.
I said you missed it. All right, so we're 10 minutes away. All right, so let's just do a quick drive around here, folks. We're gonna see what's going on. We'll put this in here. We're gonna see what's happening here.
Yes, cars are noisy out here because it's usually pretty quiet in nature, right?
This is Annie and Tommaso's home right here. On the right. This is their home. They got their security people there. No one is home. There's just media crawling all over the place here. Still people doing reports and everything.
So in that area of Catalina Hills, it is categorized as a rocky ridges, canyons, and saguaro-studded desert. It's a beautiful panoramic mountain views and city view. But you can
I'm going to take 857 back over to Nancy's home, folks.
Search the area.
And we'll see what's popping off over there. And then I might head back this way. K-Gun is reporting less than $300 in the Bitcoin account related to Nancy Guthrie ransom. Somebody put $300.
That must have been just someone.
That's a
I
joke.
believe it's $300,000.
They're saying $300.
Teresa reported for us.
That was somebody playing a joke. Had to be.
TMZ's Harvey Levin says within the last 15 minutes there seems activity in the Bitcoin account that was mentioned. Oh man, somebody's maybe it's a tester. Maybe it's a tester. All right, so yeah, keep in mind, I'm going to just take you to Nancy's home from here, just so you can see the route. There's quite a few different routes, but we'll just go the quickest. One of the quickest, pretty much there's like 2 10-minute routes. And then there's a 12-minute. We're gonna go over there.
Take your next right to stay on West Ternero Street.
It stayed on the CNN site, $300, less than $300 would count recent activity and indicating there's less than $300.
You see the area.
Turn right to stay on West Ternero Street.
That's based on Tucson TV station.
I mean, the sun is gone, and it's going to be pitch black out here very, very soon. So Fox has reported that up here at the end of the road, there was some business, and they were inquiring about surveillance footage from 9:30 p.m. Saturday all the way to 11-something the next day. So 31st into the 1st up here. There's also the Circle K up here. Authorities went to there.
Those right to the right. Those are those FBI right there.
That's FBI?
Yep.
Yeah,
Lena, give him a call. Let
At the
your
next stop sign, turn left.
Yeah, he had an FBI hat.
Yeah.
Dude, that was FBI. Huh. Interesting. That was FBI.
It's kind of far away to be interviewing people out here, but
Yeah, I might come back on and restream. I'll see if they're out and about.
Slim, I honestly don't know what
At the
you're
stop
talking
sign,
about.
turn left onto
Representation
Historic
bomb
USA
squad. I
North
don't
Oracle
know what
Road.
they could offer.
Once it gets dark out here, there's nobody out here. Traffic is less and less.
At the next light, turn right.
Yeah, at this point, anything is possible, you know.
This is the Chevron station authorities also went to. I can confirm that.
At the light, turn right onto West Rudisill Road.
They were inquiring about the surveillance here. This turn here takes you towards Nancy's. We're on our way to Nancy's home.
Good catch, RJ.
That was a wild, crazy last 3 hours. That was insanity. I mean, something gets them to think that she's in that neighborhood, right?
Either that or they're just checking the boxes and making sure, you know, hey,
Due
check
diligence.
that, every stone unturned, as they say.
Yeah, but why around there? And why are they inquiring about all the footage from the night into the morning around the corner from Annie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the family is close in vicinity-wise, living arrangements-wise.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
I'm just showing you the area.
At the stop sign, turn right onto North First Avenue.
And folks, I appreciate all the support. I can't read your comments, and I haven't in a while. No disrespect. I you see what we've been doing.
Yeah, I've said it before. Kudos to Johnny
Thank you very much.
for the effort and spent all these hours, 12 hours.
Thank you so much for the food today. The pizza was delicious. And I'm gonna go into these crumbles later too.
It
I
truly
got
is
so much food, I don't even have to go out to eat. I got pizza, crumbles, snacks.
Go past North Camino Arturo and turn left onto East Via Entrada.
Via Entrada.
Turn left onto East Via Entrada.
Via Entrada. Here's the neighborhood. It's not far. They don't live far.
Do check out the lab channel from last night. Teresa recommended that because he did talk about this. It's a group of 4 folks that,
You know that guy that was with
Give
us
their
the whole day
perspective.
with the glasses, the bald hair?
especially on the videos
Yes.
from the family,
People are
if you're interested in
Yeah, they think it is.
insight on those, please
Yeah, what's his name?
I didn't even get it. I
Check
Yeah,
out
the guy with us. People have been posting thinking he's the guy. That's crazy.
yes, everyone's getting looked at.
He lives around here. Dude, I think they're gonna make progress. I really do.
Yeah, today was a
I think tonight they might. I'm on standby. I mean, I'm really going to charge up the phones and everything like that. And if there's something popping off, 68,000 were watching. That is, I appreciate that. Are we back? Are we back? Was the stream buffering? Back? Nope. Yep, we're back. Finally, yes. All right. So check this out. I dropped them off. I just wanted to do some final parting words here. Regroup, start a new stream. It's getting dark out here. I am out in the field here. I guess I don't know what happened getting to that location, but it went crazy. Everything went crazy. For real.
That's a good point, Lena. Thank you for pointing that out. There could be layers.
Folks, what I'm going to do
hide the side
is
person.
I'm going to start up a new stream in a bit. Let me regroup. But I appreciate each and every one of you. This was crazy. I'm going to stay with it. Going to get things happening. I'm going to switch things up, and I'll find out where this staging ground is, and I'll go check that out and see if they do more searches or go back out in the field. If something pops off, you'll hear it here on JLR Investigates. Crazy day, folks. Hopefully the people that did this is held accountable. Hopefully Nancy is found safe. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We'll talk soon. Y'all have a good night. JLR Investigates.
So that was his coverage. Like he said, he's readily available. He's, I assume, staying in the area. He's monitoring things. It seems that nighttime is very difficult to do any kind of canvassing and or hitting the perimeter, right? So law enforcement's probably regrouping and using the time now this evening, like in past evenings, to go over video footage, the notes they've been taking by the canvassing, comparing information, also working with the digital forensics folks. So if they've gotten additional videos from businesses, other homes, that kind of stuff, they will be able to work on that until tomorrow morning's daylight, where we will probably continue their search. So with that, I want to thank everybody for attending this evening. You can go to Jonathan's channel and watch if he streams again. Otherwise, I'll be back in about 24 hours and give you the updates later in the day. Again, if I can clear my schedule, I would get a ride down there or drive down there, however to get there and stream live. But I just want to let you know that I'm just helping Jonathan because he's doing the on-site video and it's hard to talk about topics and read comments. So that's what I'm doing. Trying to help. You are all very welcome. Thank you all very much for watching and joining. Hope to see you tomorrow, and hopefully with great news that Nancy Guthrie's found safe and sound. So hopefully you all have a great night. Please think of her in your prayers or however you express yourself to look out for one another. And I thank you once again for all your time. You're welcome, Text Packet. Appreciate it. Take care, everybody. You're welcome, Slim. Thanks for joining. Bye now.